Miau! Und willkommen zurück zu Let's Play Deadly Premonition. Hallo, alte Frau. Wir sollten unseren Scheiß auf die Reihe kriegen, wollte ich gerade sagen. Ja, wir sollen die an die Wand gehen und Ermittlungen halt, die Fortschritte der Ermittlungen reflektieren und so. Also wir wissen jetzt, dass wir Galina verhaftet haben, nachdem die sich in einen Baummenschen verwandelt hat. Und ja, es gibt aber noch irgendwen, der sie dazu angestiftet hat zu dem Ganzen. Und wer das ist, müssen wir rausfinden. Es klingt ja so, als wäre es Professor R. Und der wurde schon öfter, beziehungsweise die wurde schon öfter mal erwähnt. Und ich bin gespannt, die endlich mal zu treffen. Ich meine, die ist schon mindestens 2-mal vorher erwähnt worden mit der Aussage, wir sollen da mal hingehen. Und wir haben jedes Mal was anderes gemacht.
Zach, let's go over our progress. We've got a complicated case on our hands this time, especially as far as the Clarksons' relationships go. But in a way, it's also a simple one. Understanding them on a deeper level is the most efficient way to uncover the truth behind all this. That's the one thing I'm sure of.
Okay. Aktualisieren Sie das Ermittlungsdiagramm.
Zach, let's start with the people who were closest to the victim. Lise Clarkson, the victim, is the granddaughter of the current head of the Clarkson family.
Ja, haben wir den eigentlich schon mal getroffen? Ich glaube nicht, ne?
Her mother is Galina, an ex-actress, and Lise clearly inherited her beauty. Except for her eyes, that is. Lisa's eye color matches that of her father's.
Dem Typen, den wir vor dem Schuppen gefunden hatten.
Now, do you remember who Lise Clarkson's father is?
Wie hieß der Danny? Danny, ne? Ja.
That's right. Lisa's father is Danny Clarkson.
Und PJ Clarkson war, glaube ich, der alte Sack, also der Vater von Galina.
His real name is Daniel E. Clarkson. He's from Florida and used to be the CEO of a talent agency. Danny struck the heart of Galina and successfully became a member of the esteemed Clarkson family. Despite being the son-in-law, he acts like he was born a Clarkson. But he's still just the son-in-law.
Ja. Er war aber wirklich ziemlich aufgeblasen, als wir ihn da getroffen haben.
Next comes what happened to Lise. According to Alexis, Lise said that the man was as tall as an oak tree.
Ja, vor allem ein Mann. Aber sie ist ja ermordet worden von Galina.
I believe that's the same 10-foot-tall giant who made the fingerprints we found in the cold storage warehouse.
Ja.
Now, what did this man do to Lise prior to her murder?
Er hat sie in die Jazzbar eingeladen.
No, that's not it.
Nein?
Lisa's mother, Galina, is the one who always took her to the jazz bar.
Ja, das war aber auch die sie ermordet hat, oder nicht? Hä?
I don't think our giant is that much of a gentleman.
Ich dachte, sie wäre der 3-Meter-Mann in ihrer Baumform halt. Er hat sie verfolgt.
Yes, that's it, Zach.
Das mit dem Eisbecher macht ja irgendwie gar keinen Sinn.
The man as tall as an oak tree followed Lisa around and watched her. Despite his towering stature, he must have been rather shy.
Mhm.
Or perhaps he was merely biding his time and planned to kidnap her from the very start.
Ha. Oder ist Avery da doch irgendwie mit drin? Ich meine, der ist ja an sich schon ziemlich groß. Und wenn der dann nochmal so eine Baumform hat, wird der vielleicht nochmal größer. Und dann könnte das eventuell sogar sein.
If that's the case, there should have been some evidence left at the scene of the crime. Zach, we're still missing some puzzle pieces. Speaking of the scene of the crime,
Ja.
I did some profiling in the plantation's control room. The truth it revealed to us was nauseating and horrific, but we need to touch upon it if we wish to proceed. Isn't that right, Zach? Who actually murdered Lé Clarkson?
Ja, das war Galina.
Yes, that's right.
Warum auch immer da Missing steht, immerhin haben wir sie verhaftet.
Lisa's own mother killed her, while she was dreaming about some bizarre new world. This is by far the vilest and ugliest crime we've ever seen. The fact that Galina set up her daughter's body at an altar makes this case even more complicated.
Ja, und dass sie sich in einen Baum verwandelt hat. Willst du vielleicht mal darauf eingehen, dass sie als Embryo in der Frucht eines Baumes gesteckt hat und sich danach in einen Baummenschen verwandelt hat und sich in Blätter auflösen und teleportieren konnte und sowas? Und dass da überall diese rote Welt war, wo Zombies oder nicht Zombies, aber Monster drin sind? Nee, das ist egal. Wahrscheinlich ist das sowieso alles nur in seinem Kopf.
Remember, not a single sacrificial human murder has ever been proven and documented in all of American history.
Ich frage mich aber, inwieweit das nur in seinem Kopf sein kann, denn scheinbar passieren die Dinge ja wirklich. Mit dem Red Tree und so. Es ist irgendwie komisch. Ich verstehe nicht ganz, was irgendwie wie funktioniert hier. Genauso diese Sache auch mit Zack und York.
The real world is far more complex than what we see in films and video games. And sacrificing a human life for something else is no easy task. In conclusion, Zach, through our investigation, we found one character who sticks out more than anyone else. You know exactly who I'm thinking about, don't you? We'll need to have a word with her in the near future. Who's the stylish woman we saw during the profiling?
Professor R. Wow, ist die Auswahl groß. Welchen nehme ich denn jetzt davon? Den in der Mitte.
Professor R. We haven't met her yet, but she's deeply intertwined with this case. Let's wait for the skeletal gentleman to guide us to her with an oracle.
Weil du ohne den nichts machen kannst. Du bist ein absolut nutzloser FBI-Agent. Du kannst Sachen nicht tun, ohne auf das Orakel von irgendeinem Toten, den du dir einbildest, zu hören.
Well, Zach, what do you think? Isn't the Deep South something? The people here are just as warm as the weather, and the food is to die for. Might be nice to move down here after I retire. What, still too early to talk about that? You may be right. After all, this case has only just begun.
Okay. Jetzt habe ich nicht aufgepasst. Wie viel Geld haben wir dafür gekriegt? Hoffentlich genug, dass wir die nächsten paar Nächte schlafen können und so. Ein Krokodil. Ich wollte gerade sagen, ein Pool, aber wer will da drin schlafen? Ist das PJ?
If what you say is true, Daniel, how do you plan to prove it? It's nearly been a century since the Clarksons first took control of Lé Carré. 100 years. I always thought my legacy would live on for 300 at least.
I'm gonna find the real killer and beat the living dog shit out of him.
Yet it looks to me like times have changed. We ain't in the good old days no more. You understand me, boy.
Yes, sir. I'm right there with you, Paul. I'm gonna continue what you started, sir, and make the Clarkson family strong again. First, I need to find whoever really killed Lise and bash their fucking brains in.
I saw this coming.
Make the Clarksons great again, oder was?
Left home. The town of Lé Carré has been cursed. We can't stop what's happening now. It's too late. It's beyond me. No. It's beyond the minds of anyone who comes from the olden days. You understand me now, boy?
Yes, sir. Believe me, I do. I'll kill him. Just leave everything to me, Paul.
Are you serious about this?
Yes, sir. Right hand of God. Look right in my eyes. I ain't lying. I'm serious. I just need you to lend me some troops, sir. We need retribution right now. That's the job I've been given, and I intend to do it.
Well then, let me ask you one more time. Are you serious about this?
Yeah. Hell yeah. I'm a Clarkson, and all Clarksons have a job to do. Isn't that what we always say?
Mm-hmm. Then I'll need an arm.
Yeah. What?
Well now, you want to use my troops, I'm gonna need to know whether or not you're really serious about this. Just one arm. Slide it on through that wire there, and it'll take care of it for you.
Paul, I mean, you're joking, right?
Daniel, have I ever told you a single joke?
No, but...
If you want to become a real Clarkson, then you done got yourself a job to do.
Wait, Paul, I get it now. You want me to stick it in and then pull it out at the last minute, right? You want to see if I got guts or not, but there's gonna be another way. You can't be serious, sir. Hey, knock it off, you assholes! Let me go! He's just joking with me. Let me go, goddammit! Oh, please, sir, don't do this! Just tell me this is a joke, please!
Also, ich hab mich... Aber warum ist alles dunkel? Der Typ ist einfach ein richtiger Mafia-Boss.
I am a Clarkson. And no matter how our fortune falls, all Clarksons have a job to do.
Warum war das gerade dunkel? Sah das nur bei mir so aus oder sieht man das in der Aufnahme dann auch? Ich weiß es nicht.
That be the law of this land.
Das ist doch der nackte Typ von vor dem Hotel. Was hat die sich da auf den Bauch tätowiert? Das war wohl die Jazzbar. Oh. Bargeld 832. Das ist schön. Dann speichere ich mal dahin. Glaube ich. Ja, komm hier. Ist das der Red Room?
You can hear me, right? I'll be with you soon. I'm not sad. Honestly, I can't wait. It's all I think about lately. I mean, we'll be together again. We'll get to discuss movies, food again. Everyone around here has bad taste. They don't understand things the way we do. It's a shitty world filled with shitty people. Oh, that reminds me. There are movie theaters and restaurants over there, right? As soon as I get there, let's go grab some peanut butter hamburgers and yogurt smoothies. I'm so excited, York.
Okay. Spielen wir jetzt Zack?
Please, York, don't rush me. You just need to wait a bit longer. I still have one job left to do. I need to finish it.
Die Little Fairy.
Or else I'd never be able to face you. Just give me a little more time, okay?
...2019. Thompsonville, a suburb, Boston, Massachusetts.
So, Lisa's mother, Galena Clarkson, confessed to murdering Lise.
Ja, so sah es wohl aus, huh?
But then immediately afterwards, she went insane. So you had no choice but to detain her. What a terribly convenient story. You were the first person to find the suspect hiding at a farm on the edge of town. And you even got her to confess to the crime. Did anyone else get a chance to hear Galena's confession?
Die Frage stellt sich halt gerade auch noch. Das ist ja alles so in der Erzählung von Zack jetzt, ne? Wie konnte Zack denn wissen, was bei diesem Mafia-Boss passiert ist, wo er gar nicht anwesend war?
Only us.
How did you even find that shack in the first place?
Hat er das mit dem Orakel nicht erzählt?
Metaphysical offender profiling.
Meta what? Should I know this word?
Metaphysical offender profiling. The term appears 6 times in the Lé Carré report and 14 times in the 2010 Greenvale report. As long as you're solving cases, the people in charge don't really care what sort of words you use. But we're different. You utilized a highly abnormal method to instantly hone in on a suspect. Then you did it again and again. And every time you used it, one term kept appearing in your files. Metaphysical offender profiling.
Am Ende stellt sich raus, von dem, es ist nichts von allem passiert. Den roten Baum gibt's gar nicht und alles, also beziehungsweise den Kult dahinter. Und dass man dadurch sich so verwandelt und sowas, das alles existiert überhaupt nicht und es war alles in Zacks Kopf. Und die Leute haben das halt einfach geglaubt, was da steht. Weil sich das keiner durchgelesen hat. Und die haben sich gedacht, ja, haben wir halt den verhaftet, ne? Das reicht ja. Ob das der richtige Verhaftete ist, weiß ich nicht. Und im Endeffekt hat er gar keinen Fall gelöst.
Mr. Morgan, would you mind explaining to us what this term means?
We could try. But no matter what words we used, you'd never be able to understand. You see, it doesn't pertain to this side. Come, my fairy. Stop hiding back there and give them the explanation they so desire. What? You're too shy?
Mr. Morgan? Mr. Morgan!
Come on out. Don't be afraid. You can do it.
Wir haben die Fairy eben schon gesehen. in seinen Gedanken.
Is that all you have to say? Don't underestimate me, Morgan. I know you and the Clarksons share a deeper connection. Much deeper than how it appears on the surface.
Okay. Ich mach mal gerade mein Fenster zu.
I need to shake him with something else that's directly connected to the Clarksons. I'm gonna jog his memory by force.
Okay. Ich bin auf dem Rückweg. Ich habe alles gehört. So, wir haben hier wieder einige Sachen, die wir untersuchen können. Hier ist nur aufeinander gestapelte alte Briefe.
A stack of old letters. These must be the letters that he mentioned in the report. That dragonfly mark proves it.
Dann sprich ihn doch mal drauf an.
Those letters look very old. The postmark suggests they were sent out from Louisiana. And I suspect that dragonfly mark belongs to the Clarkson family.
Maybe. So what if it does?
A stalker has been harassing Patricia Clarkson for several years now.
Mhm.
Did you know about this?
Patricia Clarkson?
Constant silent phone calls, unmarked letters. She also spotted a suspicious figure lurking near her mansion several times. And just last week, her employees spotted a strange figure lurking in the vicinity. The day someone else coincidentally used your alias and traveled to Louisiana.
That's very intriguing. Aligned symbolism.
Lise Clarkson also reported being harassed by a stalker just before she was murdered. You're aware of this, correct? Because I didn't find any mention of this in your report.
No direct connection to the case. That's what we must have thought.
The visionary lies to himself, the liar only to others. Which are you?
That's enough for now. This all has nothing to do with the case. Besides, there's no evidence that proves those letters are from her. Isn't that right, my fairy?
Okay. Sonst haben wir nur noch diese beiden Sachen.
Someone stole Lisa's body and it's been missing for the past 14 years. I find it hard to believe that it was simply hidden in that cold storage warehouse the entire time. Why wasn't a more detailed investigation carried out? Mr. Morgan, according to you, at the beginning of this case, the victim's body was being stored in the warehouse on purpose. Is that the truth? They really put her body there alongside food and other perishables?
Naja, das stand eigentlich in einem ziemlich abgelegenen Raum.
It's in the report.
No. The report only says it was stored using the most effective and shockingly inhuman method possible.
If you can think of a better phrase, we're all ears.
The report isn't wrong, you know. In fact, that might actually be the most accurate way of describing it. It's precise, and it's also kinda poetic. You know?
Er ist einfach so ein Fanboy, ne?
Wow, Simon. We never would have taken you for a poet.
Right?
Einfach keine Untertitel.
You two think this is a joke? Lise Clarkson's body was discovered in that cold storage warehouse after 14 long years. If you'd only done a proper investigation, we probably would have found her much sooner. That poor girl.
We still regret the fact that we never got to meet her. We're sorry, from the bottoms of our hearts.
I only hope it didn't happen that way by design.
Will you comfort me? Thank you, my fairy.
Ich frage mich, ob wir als alter Mann Zack irgendwie dann am Ende noch den wahren Mörder besiegen müssen oder sowas.
I knew it wouldn't go that easily. Maybe I should try asking my questions in a different way. I could use Agent Jones here.
Hey, jetzt darf ich die Akten nicht mehr angucken. Fenster zu Zacks Wohnung.
That's the window that faces the street out front. I can tell just from the layout of his furniture. Now I'm surrounded by everything I couldn't see out there. This is a nice building. Layout isn't bad either. Whew. Must be rather expensive to rent a place like this in Boston. How many other rooms are there in this apartment? That room over there, your bedroom?
Why so curious, Belle?
Bin mir gerade nicht sicher, aber ich meine, in Dark Dreams Don't Die hätte diese Tür gar nicht existiert.
It almost sounds as if you're seeing this place for the first time. Aside from the hardware shop on the first floor, every apartment in this building has the exact same layout. We're well aware that you studied the layout of this apartment before you came to see us. There's no need to act so roundabout. Just be honest. Say it. I want to see your bedroom.
Well then?
Doesn't mean we'll let you see it, though.
Tja, das wird wohl nichts mit der kurzen Action in dem Schlafzimmer, wa?
Films teach us all we need to know.
Ich bin mir gerade nicht so hundertprozentig sicher. Vielleicht bin ich ja farbenblind, aber ich glaube, unten rechts, da die oberste DVD auf dem Stapel hat irgendwie ein rotes Cover, oder? Ich weiß nicht, ob das so Sinn macht, dass Zack das besitzt, wenn ihm Rot so viel ausmacht. Und ich bin mir auch ziemlich sicher, dass die zweite DVD, die da von rechts steht, hat einen roten Rücken. Da ist rot.
That's ridiculous. I'd rather read a book than watch a stupid movie.
Was soll das denn heißen?
It's bugging you, isn't it, Aaliyah?
Huh? What?
I get it. It's bugging me too.
Die roten DVDs?
It's even got my heart racing a little. I mean, look at this. Nothing but DVDs.
The Evil Mountain. Oder was steht da? Steht da überhaupt ein N? Steht da nicht einfach nur The Evil Mountain? Da steht echt nur The Evil Mountain, oder? Lol.
Not a single Blu-ray in sight, just pure, unadulterated DVDs. And he's got VHS tapes, too. I don't even have a VHS player in my house anymore.
Spaceballs.
Whoa, look at this. Check it out. This one's got a lot of pizza in it, remember?
You're not wrong, Simon. There's a very large quantity of pizza in that film. 1987, directed by Mel Brooks. The version on that tape is the one we recorded back when you could catch it on cable TV.
Seriously? Damn, Morgan, that's incredible. You're really living the dream, man.
I hope you both haven't forgotten that this conversation is also being recorded.
Tja, das ist denen, glaube ich, relativ egal. Und dieser Simon ist einfach... Der will einfach nur genauso sein wie Zack.
Agent Jones. Are you paying attention? Or do you intend to waste Mr. Morgan's precious time?
No, sorry. I'm just a little tired. I'm listening. I'm listening.
Take your hand out of your pocket.
Ja, warum hat er die überhaupt da drin?
Didn't they teach you any manners at Quantico?
Oh, right. Guess they slipped my mind. My bad. I'm actually kinda nervous. I'm not used to this sort of thing. Data analysis is my specialty, you know. I'm sure I'd be able to calm down a bit if I had some pizza, though.
Mhm. Ich habe gerade Pizza gegessen übrigens.
The FBI needs to do something about their lack of personnel. I'll have to ask the questions myself. But how should I start? Maybe I should look back over the files and calmly reassess the situation.
Bleibt ja sonst nichts übrig, ne?
After you arrested Galena Clarkson, you had a run-in with the Clarksons. At least that's what it says in the report. What exactly happened there?
Just a simple run-in, that's all. Nothing but a single phenomenon. Chasing hollow instances like that won't lead you closer to the truth. Truth doesn't work like that.
A hollow phenomenon, which resulted in a mountain of corpses.
Oh, Belle.
Hat Danny etwa seine Männer gekriegt und hat Rache geübt?
We think we finally understand what you're trying to say. But don't be so voracious. How about another cup of coffee? We've still got a long way to go, you know.
Wie er mit seinen Lippen auch jedes Husten so perfekt ausgeformt hat, als würde er gerade was sagen.
It's coarsely ground, so there should only be 4 teaspoons per cup. No more, no less. Next, the coffee travels from the funnel to the siphon. Simon, normally you only do surveillance in order to gather data, correct? Hiding microphones and cameras, sifting through garbage, wiretapping, shadowing, tracing credit card histories. You'll do whatever it takes to gather data in order to prevent crimes.
Warum dampft seine Hand?
That's how the FBI works.
Nachher hat er wieder einen Joint drin oder was? Er kifft einfach einen Joint, während er am Kaffee machen ist. Was ist das für eine altertümliche Kaffeemaschine?
Well, yeah, you're right. No reason in hiding it now, I guess. Why do you ask?
Our Southern Belle has adopted a very peculiar MO. It's almost like she has a special power, just like us. You've been watching us this entire time, haven't you, Belle? From that window.
I don't need to answer that question.
You came here on New Year's Eve, then spent 49 hours watching us until you returned to your hotel room last night. You observed us the entire time without sleep or rest, and you only ate once, some pizza delivered by Simon. Aside from that, you never drank any water or relieved yourself. You simply sat there and continued to watch us.
Das hältst du aber nicht aus.
You have visions, too, don't you? You came here solely to hear us talk, didn't you? But then, why bother watching us for over 2 days if you didn't come to talk with us? You came because you wanted to see this apartment with your own eyes, and because you're already convinced of something. Isn't that right? He who fights with monsters should see to it that he himself does not become a monster. And if you gaze long into an abyss, the abyss also gazes into you.
bekanntes Zitat, nicht wahr?
But I...
Oh. Coffee. Thank you, my fairy. If you hadn't been paying attention, this coffee would have all gone to waste. The pus in our brains. It really has a way of interfering with our lives. Didn't remember. She came along. Don't know what's... Coffee. Yes, coffee.
Kaffee, genau. Und irgendwas war falsch. Ist der beste Kaffee, den du hier getrunken hast, hä?
Oh. What the Christ? This is friggin' delicious.
Habe ich mir schon fast gedacht.
I thought I was gonna shit myself for a second there.
Das ist aber was anderes als einen fahren lassen.
Come on, Aaliyah, take a sip. Trust me. I'm not exaggerating here.
I don't believe it. It's better than any coffee I've ever tasted.
Of course it is. Coffee is a sacred drink. Coffee saved us. If not for its oracle, we would be on the other side right now. So I never forget to pay my respects to coffee, especially at critical moments like this.
Für den nächsten Part, wenn ich den aufnehme, muss ich mir einen Kaffee machen. Ich habe jetzt Bock auf Kaffee.
Big black cumulonimbus clouds are in the sky.
Um 2 Uhr morgens. Erstmal Kaffee trinken.
Sound. Thunder snow is coming.
Was ist ein Donnerschnee? So, das können wir doch mal das Fenster da oben. Hä? Ah, okay. Blitze am Himmel.
Do you hear that thunder? It's probably gonna snow soon.
We're in Massachusetts. That's the norm for this time of year.
Ich habe es, glaube ich, in Deutschland noch nie erlebt, dass es gedonnert und geschneit hat. Ich dachte immer, Donner hat auch irgendwie was damit zu tun, dass es warm ist in der Luft. Ist das nicht so, dass das durch die Temperaturen auch kommt und die warme Luft mit der kalten Luft aneinander reibt?
Well, I'm not used to the cold. If possible, I'd like to finish this up before we get stuck in a snowstorm. Agent Jones, after we're done here, Agent Jones, is something the matter? Snap out of it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I know.
Do you? Then stop daydreaming.
Hat er den was in den Kaffee gemischt?
Okay. I just...
You just what?
Ja.
My stomach's been letting some thunder loose, too.
Also will er eine Pizza bestellen.
Thunder?
That coffee was just so good,
It what? We don't have all day here.
Oder er muss einfach richtig heftig kacken.
The coffee was just so good, it, summoned forth a massive tsunami from within me.
Sehr leckere Beschreibung.
Excuse me? What's wrong with you? Now is really not the time for this.
Right door at the end of the hallway.
Thanks, pal. Hold on. You can make it. We can do this. It's not very far.
Er schafft es nicht. Oder er macht
We
neben
promise
das
you.
Klo.
We did not put laxatives in the coffee. Coffee is a sacred drink, remember?
Motherfucker.
Drauf geschissen, im wahrsten Sinne des Wortes.
There's
Außerdem hat sie ja
no
auch einen
doubt
Schluck
that the
davon
report
getrunken.
omitted information linking Morgan to the Clarksons.
Sie hat ja immerhin davon auch getrunken und scheißt sich nicht
I
ein.
need to get him to confess. Oh, yeah. That reminds me. There's a secret weapon in Agent Jones's briefcase.
Mhm. Muss ich den Joint nochmal ansprechen?
Mr. Morgan, I heard that you were always a smoker.
Ja.
Did you ever wonder if that was the reason you contracted your illness?
Gute Frage. Patricia hat ihn immerhin davor gewarnt.
What does that have to do with this case?
Nothing. I'm just personally curious about it.
Sometimes, people die in car accidents, regardless of how well they take care of their health.
Ja, aber sie haben keinen Krebs, der zufälligerweise ausgelöst wird durch Rauchen unter anderem.
Other times, they slip on their bathroom floors and crack open their heads. Isn't that right, my fairy?
I'm not concerned with statistics. I'm just curious about you, right here, right now.
We switched over from nicotine to this. It's less addictive. That's one step in the right direction, isn't it?
Perhaps. If we're talking about withdrawal symptoms or physical dependencies. But it still seems like you're smoking too much at once. Honestly, it looks to me like you have a mental dependency.
Maybe. But so what if we do?
Surely you know about gateway drugs, yes?
Ich dachte, das ist medizinisch.
When a person starts to use one drug, it becomes much easier for them to branch out and try other drugs as well. The first drug acts as the gateway that leads them to stronger substances.
Ich finde, das ist aber irgendwie einfach so dumm zu sagen. Wenn man eine Droge ausprobiert hat, dann ist man gewillt, auch andere Drogen auszuprobieren. Ich meine, Alkohol ist auch eine Droge. Und nicht jeder, der Alkohol trinkt, spritzt sich auch Heroin. Ich wollte dich nur mal angemerkt haben. Dadurch, dass du eine Droge konsumierst, heißt es nicht, dass du gleich bereit bist, alle zu konsumieren.
Oh. Are you trying to say that's going to happen to us?
No. I'm simply saying there's a possibility.
So, dann jetzt die Aktentasche.
Have you ever seen this before? And please, don't say no.
Sang Rouge. The drug we once chased. What about it?
Sang Rouge is still circulating. It's changed shape and its composition is slightly different now. But it's still very much alive.
Und es heißt jetzt Real Blood?
But only in a very limited part of Louisiana. You aren't surprised? Did you somehow know this would happen?
Copies of another drug being circulated isn't exactly a rare case.
But Sang Rouge is special. The inimitable Enigma powder, the origin. It has many names, and no one was ever able to copy it. We've also been trying to figure out what it's made from ever since it appeared. But it's impossible to analyze. After all, it appears to be made from common ingredients that can be found anywhere. But if you try to use those ingredients, all you'll end up with is a mundane hallucinogen like DMT. No. Sang Rouge requires a special recipe. The original recipe, which someone's been guarding this entire time.
Willst du jetzt behaupten, dass es Zack war?
Someone who survived the incident in Lé Carré.
Mhm. Aufeinander gestapelte Briefe, die nochmal.
Immediately after they found Lisa's body, I went to go see Patricia. In order to interrogate her, of course.
So you told us.
But I was unable to meet with her.
She refused to speak with you, didn't she? That's so like her.
No, she didn't get the chance to. You see, she's gone missing.
What?
To put it more accurately, no one's seen her since the afternoon of the 28th. According to her employees, she shut herself up in her room for several months before she disappeared. But since that sort of thing happened often, they didn't think anything of it. On the morning of New Year's Eve, they noticed her window was open, and when they went up to check on her, she was gone. But no one knows how long her window had been open for. This is just my hypothesis, but on December 28th, a strange man visited Lé Carré and was spotted near her mansion. That man must have found some way to lure Patricia into his car, the '89 Cadillac that he bought used. Then, the two of them drove north to Trenton, where they boarded a train to Boston. They would have arrived here around midnight on the 29th, or I believe this man is the same Billy Bishop whose name was previously recorded by the airline. So, what do you think of my guess? I'd love to hear your opinion as a former FBI special agent.
Now we get it. We aren't persons of interest. We're the suspects. But what about our alibi?
What alibi?
I've had enough of your bullshit. You expect me to believe you haven't taken a single step out of this room? That Agent Jones is your witness?
Sieht aber so aus, oder?
Surveillance cameras can easily be tampered with. Especially by someone like you, who knows all about how the FBI works.
You're possessed by death. Go and take a look at your own face in the mirror. You look like the Grim Reaper. After you visited both Lé Carré and Greenvale, you left a mountain of corpses in your wake. You can make all the excuses you want. I'm immune to them. Right here, right now, I want to know everything. You tell me the truth.
Yes! You're good, Belle. Damn good. You're brimming with potential. Don't you think she's the perfect partner for our last dance? What do you say, my fairy? Don't you agree? She's good. So good. What do you want to know? We've got nothing to hide. Go on. Question us. This is how it's got to be. Doesn't this remind you of something? You know what I mean, my fairy.
Überhaupt nicht creepy. Aber könnte es sein, dass wir tatsächlich dann nochmal als Zack spielen müssen? Und sie dann unsere Partnerin ist quasi? Vor allem, wie ist aus Patricia Woods Patricia Clarkson geworden? Lé Carré Sheriff's Office.
Son of a... How did this happen in my town? God damn it!
Ist sie jetzt auch von der Axt zerteilt worden?
The head and limbs were severed and lined up, according to the lines that were drawn with her blood. Just like migratory birds flying systematically across the sky. Hey, Zach, what do you think this means?
They're severed roots.
Severed roots?
This is the way the Clarksons kill someone when they want to cut him off from the family.
And how do you know about this?
Everyone in town knows about it. They're just too scared to talk.
What does the V stand for, then?
Vendetta.
It's me. What, you think I know everything now?
Vilitatio. It means quarrel in Latin. That's what the V stands for.
Latin. Intriguing, isn't it, Zach? There are no defense wounds on the corpse. In other words, Galena showed no signs of resistance when she was amputated. But, strangely enough, there are small traces of subcutaneous bleeding around the wounded areas. That's a vital reaction, which means she couldn't have been dead.
You mean...
Yes, that's right, Patty. Galena was amputated while she was still alive, and she never resisted.
Is that even possible?
Ja, hat Lise ja auch so gemacht.
Certainly isn't impossible. For example, if she was put to sleep with a drug, or if she desired the amputation herself.
Why would she ever desire that?
Mr. York, I'm sorry, but there ain't no way that could have happened.
How can you be sure of that, Melvin? Our world contains phenomena that could never be explained with logic. This is especially true for phenomena in which humans are involved. Do you really think all the facets of love and hate can be explained with logic?
Well, no, I don't reckon I do. Yeah, might be too early to rule out those possibilities, just like you say.
Zach, now we truly know just how deeply the Clarksons are involved with this. Patty, how long does it take to reach the Clarkson estate?
Just a short drive. You just gotta head west along the Mississippi. You can't miss it.
Got it. Thank you, Patty. By the way, Melvin, no matter how accelerated Patty may be, don't you think she's still a bit too young to see something like this? For the record, I have no intent to instruct others on how to raise their children, but...
Holy moly, you're right! Patricia, CLG! Come on, sweetie. Kids shouldn't have to see stuff like this.
Daddy, it's too late now.
Gesehen ist gesehen. Abgetrennte Wurzeln. Die wichtige Zeugin Galina konnte ich nicht so schnell lesen. Ich weiß nicht, warum zwischendurch das Bild immer dunkler wird. Ich hoffe, man sieht das so nicht in der Aufnahme. Die wichtige Zeugin wurde in ihrer Zelle ermordet und es scheint, das Haus Clarkson ist tief in den Fall verwickelt. Okay. Soll ich jetzt hier investigieren oder was?
You sure you okay, CLG?
I'm fine. Besides, I'm used to seeing stuff like that on CSI. You're the one who looks pale, Daddy.
Well, it did shake me up a little. But I'll be back to normal in no time.
Aber ist es nicht irgendwo ein Unterschied, Sachen in einem Film zu sehen, beziehungsweise in einer Serie zu sehen und sie in echt zu sehen? Weil bei einem Film und einer Serie weiß man halt, dass es alles nicht echt ist.
Sorry about that, Mr. York. What say we rest in the interrogation room till we all calm down, CLG?
Im Moment wirkt es so, als ob du der Einzige bist, der sich beruhigen muss.
Sure thing, Daddy. I'm gonna go sit with Daddy for a bit, Agent York. We can join back up later.
Galina killed her daughter, so her family cut ties with her. Do you really think that's what happened here, Zach?
Oder der wahre Mörder möchte es so wirken lassen.
If this is truly the ritual that the Clarksons use to cut ties with someone, why would they go out of their way to do it here, in a holding cell?
Vor allem, wenn sowieso jeder weiß, wie dieses Zeichen aussieht. Kann es auch jeder im Prinzip so nachstellen, wa?
They could have easily done it after we released her. And judging from how Danny Clarkson was acting, I think it's clear that he really loved Galina. How could he accept this grotesque butchering, even if it was for the sake of the family?
Ja. Es ist auch so irgendwie in dieser Filmsequenz, die wir gesehen haben mit PJ Clarkson, ne, wo man den gesehen hat und der ihm den Arm hat abbeißen lassen, da wirkte es nicht so, als ob er Galina hinrichten will.
There's no point in ruminating on this. We should get back to the investigation. As long as we keep moving, the answer will inevitably fling itself straight at us.
Na dann. Auf ins Erdgeschoss. Neue Mission gibt's jetzt, oder? Ne, gibt's keine neue Mission. Wo ist denn der Verhörraum? Scheinbar passiert hier was. Yay, unser alter Freund wieder.
You found the flying serpent. But now, the flying serpent will come to find you.
Yeah, that sounds right. And it looks like this flying serpent is a venomous one.
Some become feasts, while others are eaten alive. Which fate would you prefer?
Both sound marvelous, but let me check with Zach.
Beides hat seinen Reiz.
Fine answer. Find the one who fired the pistol at heaven. Within the white hall of beds, brandish the ticket to the goddess. And once again, you will see the other world. Do you comprehend the oracle?
Zach, it looks like he's hell-bent on leading us back into that other world.
In den Dungeon, genau.
Follow the oracle.
Oh, I will, Hungan. There are only two types of things in our world. Things that should be resisted and things that should be accepted. And I believe this oracle is something to accept.
Wah, 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 wah.
Do you think we're crazy for believing everything that skeletal gentleman says?
Nein, gar nicht. Vor allem, weil du den noch immer nur in einer Reflexion in irgendeiner Scheibe siehst oder so.
No, we're not crazy. Not one bit.
Nein,
This is our destiny, that's all. But I shouldn't
überhaupt
need to
nicht.
explain that to you, Zach.
Entschlüsseln Sie das
Fired the
Orakel.
pistol at heaven. Firing pistols at the sky might be a rather common occurrence for the South. Remember? Young Guns, 1988, directed by Christopher Kane. There's that great scene where Emilio Estevez keeps firing his Colt M1877 up at the sky. Well, but that film took place in New Mexico, didn't it? And the Oracle probably isn't referring to a situation like that. It's got to be for some purpose other than an attack or a threat. Raising a pistol up to the sky, then slowly pulling the trigger, kind of sounds like the start to a race. Don't
Ja,
you agree, Zach?
hat das was mit der Thompson-Krebssucht zu tun? Und das ist ein Krebsrennen oder so? Hä? Er, der jenen findet, der mit der Pistole auf das Firmament schoss. Polizeiwache vielleicht? Falls da auch Training stattfindet oder so? Boah, ich bin gerade echt überfragt. Die Krebszucht? Wirklich ein Krebsrennen oder so?
We're currently running a race here. And the one who started this murder investigation is indeed the one who fired the pistol at heaven. In other words, the person who first discovered the body.
Ah,
According to the files, Lisa's body was discovered by Chuck Thompson, a crawfish farmer. He apparently works out of a fishing hut located in the marshes south of the bayou. Let's go pay him a visit. Who knows? We might even get to see some crawfish.
ja, richtig
What?
cool.
Why isn't the murderer the one who started this race? Zach, this isn't like you. Of course the murderer isn't the one who started the race. The murderer's running it. They're currently in first place, and they're breaking all the rules. Any more objections, Zach?
Genau, er ist eigentlich schon gerannt, bevor das Rennen
Within the White Hall of
gestartet
Beds.
ist.
This one is even easier. There are only a few establishments that have a whole hall's worth of beds.
Krankenhäuser.
Especially in a small town like this. I'm sure you've already got a pretty good idea about what the answer is, Zach.
Hier gibt's aber kein Krankenhaus, deswegen würde ich sagen das Hotel, oder?
It's all lined up. Only an amateur would hear that and think it must be referring to a brothel. You really think that's a White Hall?
Es sieht ziemlich weiß aus von außen.
Sorry, but I have to disagree. There's a more obvious answer out there. A place that anyone would think of when they hear the words Whitehall. I mean, come on. Who would ever use Whitehall as a symbol for a bordello? No, a white house refers to the same place no matter what country you're in.
Tut es das?
Jars of medicine and white smocks. That's right.
Ja.
It's a place where people dress in all
Also
white.
die Kirche.
And this town doesn't have any You never disappoint me, Zach.
Weil uns ja der Pastor gesagt hat, da kann man auch Medizin kriegen, aber ich dachte nicht, dass es da auch richtig Krankenbetten und sowas gab.
It's a medical facility. They invite their patients into rooms full of beds where they're tended to by doctors and nurses clad in white. It's definitely a white hall, where you always manage to impress me with your intuition. I'm really counting on you here, Zach, and I know I'll always be able to.
Und der dritte Hinweis? Okay. Entschlüsselung. Man kriegt Geld für die Entschlüsselung von Orakeln.
You're trying to leave without your trustworthy assistant?
Ich meine, wer hat ihm das genehmigt und unterschrieben und ihm das Gehalt gezahlt? Da muss ja einer gedacht haben, okay, hat ein Orakel entschlüsselt. Das ist mir $10 wert.
Hello there, Patty. I'd never attempt such a thing. I was simply engaging in a battle of wits with Hoongan while I waited for you.
Hoongan?
Yes, the skeletal gentleman in the top hat.
Not that story again. Is this how you always conduct your investigations?
This is the way I work.
Kann mich aber nicht dran erinnern, dass das im ersten Teil so gewesen
I
wäre.
bet you can't find a single partner. Not even in the entire FBI.
That's not true. I always work together with Zach.
Oh, right. Zach. Don't worry. I'll be your partner while you're here in our town. Now, let's go investigate.
Du glaubst also nicht an Zack. Dabei solltest du eigentlich nicht an York glauben. So, gibt's da irgendwie was, wo wir wieder... Ja, ich wollte gerade noch mal gucken, wo wir wieder eine zeitliche Begrenzung haben. Sieht nicht so aus, ne? Ich speichere an dieser Stelle nochmal. Und dann würde ich sagen, sehen wir uns beim nächsten Mal an dieser Stelle wieder. Bis dann, Leute. Ciao.